Hi, this is Shubham. In this video, we will learn another function that is called and also we will try the OR function, and we will put it next with the if. So let us start. We have a data set like employee number, names, their experience, their annual salary, and we need to allocate either a 20% of the bonus or no bonus. The criteria has been set by the management, and if any employee experience is greater than or equals to 5, and this is the first condition, and salary is also greater than or equals to 12,000. If both the condition of any employee meets together, that person will receive 20% bonus. If any of the condition does not meet, that person will not receive any bonus, right? So when we write if, we have the limitation that we can only write one logical test one at a time, right? And now in this condition, we have two logical tests, means multiple condition, and we want to check them together as well. And they should be both true in order to give 20%. So for that purpose, we will add one more function, and that is AND function. Now before adding AND with the if, let me give you the concept of AND function first. So let's say equals to AND bracket open. Now AND function has the capacity to add multiple logics. So we will define the first logic, which is check if the experience is greater than or equals to 5, and then check the salary that is greater than or equals to 12,000. So if both our logical tests on the back end are correct, it produces a Boolean value, an AND function, or the OR function gives us only a Boolean value. Boolean value in value means either Excel cell will show you us true or false. So true is 1 and false is 0 in Excel. So for example, if we check the first logical test, which is true because experience is more than 5. So on a back end, it's generate 1 and the cell is not greater than or equals to 12,000. This means on a back end, Excel is generating false, which means 0. So 1 multiplied by 0, it will be 0. Or in other words, it is false, right? Similarly, let's take the second example. The experience is more than 5, which is technically right. It's generate true on backend, which is 1. And the cell is also more than 12,000, which is 16,000. So this means that this logical test is also true, which is generating 1 on the backend. So both the logical tests are generating 1 at the end, at the backend, and 1 multiplied by 1 definitely gives 1, which means true. So based on this kind of a logic, because we don't just write AND, because we need a customized result, either the 20% or no bonus. So that's why based on results checked by the AND function, we will nest this result with if function so that we can write our own customized results. So how are we going to write is equals to if bracket open? Then we will add a function which we just learned, that is AND function, and we will say that check the experience if it is greater than or equals to 5, and check the cell if it's greater than equals to 12,000. So if both the logical tests will be producing 1 at the back end, means true, then in value true, we will define the 20%, and that's our motive. And if any of the logical tests does not get true, we need a false there. So let's copy and paste this, and is absolutely correct, right? So this was the example for if with and. Now what OR will do? OR is the opposite. We can also define more than one logical test in OR function, but one function returns true if any of the logical tests from the multiple tests becomes true at the backend. So primarily, the simple explanation is and function returns true when all the multiple logical tests gets true on the backend. If any gets false, and will return false. Or is the vice versa of AND. if any one logical test gets true, OR will return the true, and if all the logical tests gets false, then OR will return the false. So let me write it here. If I write OR, check this, check the experience if it's greater than equals to 5, and also check the array if it is greater than equals to 12,000. So OR is returning me the true, right? If any one condition is from the multiple conditions get true and gives the vice versa results as compared to the AND function. So I hope you have understood that how to utilize if and AND, or and how OR is vice versa as compared to AND function. Thank you.